Hello everyone and welcome to Games, Comics and Crafts. In this series of videos I'll be looking at the Judge Dredd case files in order and picking out the most prominent and important stories, as well as noting some artists and writers that actually appear in these books. Okay, so this is case files number 2. This one is going to be a lot easier to recommend the important stories out of it because there is only 2 stories in this. So spine wise, so still the same book 1. We open with The Cursed Earth, which is Judge Dredd's trek from Mega City 1 to Mega City 2 to try and take a um, cure for a disease called Tutti Frutti after a guy comes back, the pilot comes back from Mega City 2 after catching it from the Strat Bat. Now, I reread this again yesterday just to double check. I can honestly find why there's a reason why they didn't fly again to Mega City 2 rather than going across the ground. I assume it's a sense of scale because I assume they kind of back in the day they thought, oh, the pilot's gone. There's only one pilot in Mega City 1, and no one, the kids won't realise there's only one pilot. Um, that doesn't really take away from the story though. The story itself is absolutely fantastic. We have these killdozers here, which I swear, unless I'm very mistaken, were based on a toy. I had this toy. I had the killdozer with the detachable tank and the Land Raider front on it. So yeah, we've got some McMahon artwork here. We have later on we have some Bolland artwork here. But the story itself is like, let's see, Bolland. Lovely Bolland artwork. The story itself is 20, I want to say 24, 25 issues long. Might be even longer than that. We get to see Spike's Harvey Rotten, the best biker in Mega City 1. We get to see Tweak here, one of the aliens, and it gives a Tweak story, again with Bolland artwork. The Spike's Harvey Rotten, fantastic. We kind of started solidifying now the general look of what the Lawmasters and the Dredd uniforms kind of looks like now, so we're fairly consistent with no matter which artist kind of does it, they tend to stay the same. What do we have to get in this? Anyway, basically, Dredd makes its way all the way across from Mega City 1 to Mega City 2, nuclear wasteland of Mega City 2, comes back again and returns back from Mega City 1 to find himself being put on trial for murder. And it turns out that whilst he's away, somebody has been masquerading as Dredd and killing people. And it turns out at the end of the day is Dredd has been replaced by an android, and Dredd managed to kill the android. And this is all to do with the plot from the new Chief Judge Cal, and he is the start of the Day the Law Died story. So basically, Judge Cal takes control of the Justice Department and turns it against them, hunts down all the outlaw judges. We get Deputy Chief Judge Fish, which I absolutely love. So again, same kind of artwork. McMahon artwork have most of this. A bit of Brit Ehrens, bit of Bolland, I think, in here as well. We get the Cleggs. We get to see Fergie, the guy who lives in the Undercity, the big smelly, which is basically, this is kind of the basis for some of the characters, obviously, from the original Stallone Dredd movie, although they didn't actually remake The Day Law Died, they did take quite a lot of things out of it. And this goes on again for another 20-25 issues or so. Although this time actually the parts are actually numbered. I think that might be might be a reason, because they've said, oh my god, how am I going to read stuff that's 25 parts in? I'm not going to read it. Whereas if you pick up an issue, you go, oh, Day Law Died, okay, that's fine. What's this about? So that continues for quite some time after that, and then we get some little kind of short stories again with some more Bond artwork. But these are kind of the same kind of crime of the issue stuff. You get a few two-parters that kind of make it up as well. But generally speaking, we get nothing majorly important at this current point in time. We're still building up to the Apocalypse War coming in a couple of issues time. We're still kind of building that kind of groundbreaking story stuff that's kind of still reflecting on exactly what is in Mega City 1. I think they've by now they've kind of got the idea of exactly where they're going with this. But this is 1978. I mean that Dredd cover is a classic Dredd cover. But yeah, so that's it for issue 2. We've 2 major epics. If you are interested in The Cursed Earth, there is this version, obviously. There is a trade paperback version. There's also a trade paperback called The Cursed Earth Uncensored, which has at least two kind of mini stories that have never been reprinted in the originals, because they used a parody of the Jolly Green Giant and McDonald's and a few other things, the Burger Wars I think it was called. So that's available on its own as a thing, but then you don't get the day the law died. So again, this is a very, very good kind of catch-all book for two very, very important early Dredd stories, and definitely worth reading. So that's about all I can say for this one. Issue book 3, sorry, will be along soon, and I will see you hopefully in the next video with some more comics and Judge Dredd stuff. Thanks very much. Bye bye.